And again, here we are on a grassy basketball court slash football pitch. More like just a grassy ground which has a hoop with no net and some rusty crossbars. But anyway, let's get into this video. I want to talk about something that I've discovered rather recently, something that I've discovered and have deeply thought about rather recently. And if there's anything I'd class it as, it could be to do with like how some guys can some boys can pedestalize girls, and some men can pedestalize women, and just like how some boys can pedestalize women, and vice versa in a dating sense. And rather recently I've been changing up what I watch. I've been watching a lot less self-improvement style videos that guys have been making, and I've been watching more. It's been a much healthier balance between how much content I'd watch that males produce and how much content I'd watch that males produce versus how much content I'd create, how much content I'd watch that females would produce, or females would be the main head of talking in the video. And I've been watching, like, when it comes to the female side of the content I'd watch, it'd be like CrossFit and fitness. However, after doing that, I've now I've stumbled upon more videos of girls and women going through hardship, and it's made me start to think, like, it's made me start to think that, well, I've started thinking that, like, girls and women have issues just like how men and boys do. Females have issues just like how males do. They may not be exactly the same sorts of issues. They may be extremely similar, or perhaps in some cases they may actually be the same. But it could be a matter of people forgetting that, or maybe we as men are conditioned from a young age to think, or to just basically undermine it and not understand that exists. That being the fact that girls and women have issues just like how boys and men do. Females have issues just like how men do. Oh, sorry, how males do. It makes me think of a YouTube content creator called Meg in particular, Lucy Lismore too, and another girl's name who I forgot. But yeah, it just makes me think, shout out to them. It makes me think that, like, after watching a couple of their videos, like Megsy, shout out to her, talking about her anorexia recovery on YouTube, and Lucy talking about her psoriasis. I'm now starting to really open my eyes and understand that we absolutely aren't perfect, and more importantly, the message that I've received, that they may not have said, but that I've been doing some reading in between the lines, and if there's anything that's been implicitly said and or shown, is that, like, health issues can be unseen. They can go unseen to the unknowing eye. They can be hidden pretty well. I would have never known that. I didn't really even know what psoriasis was before watching that sort of content, and I still don't have an extremely clear idea as to what it is. I remember Lucy in one of her videos calling it an autoimmune disease, but if you were to ask me what does that actually mean, I'd probably impulsively say I don't know, and say that it's to do with the immune system, but I don't know how it would work. But these people, and many other people out there that I've watched, who just so happen to be female, they show that, like, these sorts of things, they are happening. It's not like they are just, it's not like every single female was just out there just going on social media sites like Instagram and being one of those Instagram models, or more so OnlyFans models, and like being on TikTok and basically just showing their ass off and being disingenuous about it. For example, like something extremely stereotypical, like a girl, for example, taking a picture of her ass, and then there being a coffee beside the table where she'd be taking the photo, and she'd be asking a question about the coffee, or saying, "Oh yes, this is a lovely coffee. I hope you," or just something like that. I was going to say, "Hope you could join me," or something. No, this coffee looks lovely, doesn't it? And then she'd probably be showing the coffee and showing off her ass, but purposefully showing off her ass and acting like she's not doing it. That's just not the case, and that's not how all females are, to get to the point. But that's something that I'm understanding more and more each day as I watch that sort of content. And I really believe that these sorts of girls and these sorts of women, they can be, and some of them actually are, in my opinion, like, beautiful people, if they allow themselves to be, if they allow themselves to come out of it on the other side and be in a place where they can actually help not only other females out, but other people out. Now that's an amazing woman. It reminds me of something that Von Two Cut said, but only this time me thinking these thoughts has come from within, rather than him saying it and then me digesting it, letting it go through one ear and out of the other, and just believing that I believe that thing when in reality I wouldn't have truthfully believed that that idea that girls and women, they eat, shit, sleep, bleed, cry, just like how us males do and can. This is something that I have known of even before I watched a video of Von Two Cut saying that, but it's not something that I think of. Even though it's true, it's not something that I'd really take the time to actually think of and really assess. I would have never thought that so many females out there could be having like extreme, serious health issues, both physically and or mentally. But it just so happens that they may hide it fairly well. And me truthfully thinking this way, it's very freeing. I don't really impulsively have sexual thoughts anymore. And I have a lot more self-control over my sexual thoughts compared to in the past, before I really truthfully not only thought this way, but thought of this way strongly, deeply, over and over again recently. Imagine that, guys. Females have issues just like how we have issues. They have things that they have to work through just like how we do, and us as men, we can forget that, or we may genuinely just not even know that that is the case, that girls and women have issues just like how we do. Sure, they might be the same, or they might not be exactly the same, but there are many females out there that have these sorts of issues. And again, we as males, we don't really, I can't speak for anyone, but from my personal experience, I've never really been shown that sort of light. And to be fair, there hasn't really been a cue ever in a conversation where girls and women would feel comfortable to talk to me about their health issues. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a GP, I'm not a therapist. So I can understand why they wouldn't really talk to guys about it. They may do, they might not, but I haven't personally been in a position where a girl or a woman has, or from my memory anyway, has come up to me and really spoken to me about her issues, as in like health conditions sort of issues, not just something that they're going through. I remember one time when a girl wanted to talk to me about her friend and her wanting to help out a friend but not really knowing what to do. But that's as far as it went. She felt rather uncomfortable at the start, and she told me that she wasn't sure if I'd care about such stuff. And that potentially could be how quite a few females think, that we don't care about their issues, when in reality we don't really know about them. We don't really know that they have issues at first glance. To me, to a male, for the most part, it would just seem like they don't really have any issues, when in reality, of course, you could have issues that are tougher to deal with than what we'd have. For example, my feet have they do have bunions, a little bit, just a little bit, but that is nowhere near as tough to deal with compared to someone that has cancer, a female that has cancer, for example, or a female that, again, like has psoriasis or anorexia or eczema. I think her name's Meg Brown on YouTube. This girl I'm referring to, she doesn't quite look like a woman yet. She looks young, like my age. She does not look like a woman yet. However, it does seem like she's going through some very strong things and can become a very beautiful woman on the other side of it. Especially if she could come from a place where, if she hasn't already, if she's coming from a place where she can genuinely help people out instead of just say what's going on. That absolutely is a starting point, and I'm not saying that that's something to undermine or look down upon, but if she could come from a place where, if she hasn't already, if she could come from a place where she has not only been able to deal with it, if possible, but she could help other people out and give tips on what she did to get through it, then that would be amazing. Showing not only females but males that if they have these issues, it is possible to solve. It's not game over. Because I'm now starting to think what the title is, it will be something along the lines of females have issues just like males do. I have a lot more self-control. I'm not so inclined to involuntarily look at females in the gym. For example, if a girl or woman were to come in, I wouldn't really involuntarily look. And if I am to, it certainly isn't going to be because I'm just thinking sex subconsciously. Absolutely not. I'm not sure if I'd make a part 2 to this. it's a very interesting topic to me. I may make a part to this. I might not. I can understand how it could be quite difficult for males to really see that this is the case because of the content that's out there for guys based on self-improvement. Reminds me of the red pill. They're too busy talking about female nature and she doesn't want you, why she's not interested in you, how to get her attached to you, all that BS. Bullshit, all that bullshit. There's that sort of content for us to learn from, instead of understanding that females are just as human as we are. They are just as human as we are, as us males are. They have issues just like how we do. They have things to solve just like how we do. And some females have tougher issues to solve than we do. I could never imagine what it'd be like to deal with being sexually assaulted and not having enough power or self-defense skills to be able to actually fend off from that attacker. I never know what it's like, and I think if there is any woman that's dealing with that, someone that isn't just saying that that's happened to them, but someone that's genuinely been through it, I think that's probably tougher than anything that I have to solve and that I've got going on. I certainly have experienced grief, but being raped, no. Any female that's not just saying that they've been raped to take money from a man in court, that's probably harder. That genuinely could be harder than, more tough to deal with and accept than anything I may have to go through in my life. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely am not. I don't think it would sound like it, but I absolutely am not making fun of any woman that's been raped. Not at all. And rather unfortunately, I'm not coming from a place where I'm really qualified to talk on how to work through it due to being a victim of rape. But again, just like how some females may have it harder than males in terms of what they have to work through, it also can be vice versa too, such as a man being raped by a man. I smile as if I'm laughing at that, but I'm not really, seriously. I'm not laughing at any sort of hardship, especially to this extent that people are going through. Not at all, even if it looked like I had a smile on my face when saying that. I'm not laughing at that, and I'm not mocking that at all. For all of you who really have gone through hardships like that, regardless of which gender you are and where you come from, you are strong people. And you don't have to just hang in there. You don't have to. You could work through it every single day. Saying just hang in there sounds like you're on last legs, and you don't have to be if you don't want to be. Every day, work through it. Have something to show. Record videos of you talking things through and really getting comfortable with opening yourself up and basically having solo therapy sessions. Therapeutic sessions without a therapist being there. Just allowing yourself to freely speak about what you've gone through and all of the hardship that you have and are going through, and potentially will go through as well. For anyone, regardless of gender, that's going through hardships and that's working through it, you, regardless of gender and where you've come from, you're all beautiful and amazing people. And if you haven't already, you are on the way to seeing results. Trust me. Trust me. I really do believe that if you have something to show for every single day, especially if you're recording content and uploading it publicly, you're not only working through what you want to work through and what you believe you need to work through, but you're creating a breeding ground of honesty, and you're creating a community. not only by uploading videos and people being able to see them publicly on YouTube, but also by collaborating with other content creators as well, with people who perhaps have gone through similar situations, similar forms of hardship, like how you have, or perhaps not. Maybe you could do like a collaboration where there are people who have gone through similar sort of hardships that you have, and also people who haven't. And that could be very helpful, because that could mean you could get an understanding of how people who've gone through the hardships think versus how people who haven't gone through the hardships think. Maybe. For some reason, as I just stood up, I wanted to show the hoop in the background, just as proof that I actually am at the court. And I will, why not? There you go. Here's a rusty yeah, it's fine. What are the rusty bars I'm talking about? Look at that. Rusty goalpost. I think that was the word I was looking for. Rusty goalpost. But anyway, yeah, this is a video. It's not like one of those videos where I say, hey y'all, welcome to a quick video, like how Growth Through Calisthenics does. Yeah, it's a quick video, and then it's gonna be like 1.5 hours long. I'm not even making any fun. I'm not even making fun of him. I'm just joking around. I'm just messing. Shout out to JD though. Seems like I've given out many more shout outs than I usually would, but I don't mind. It's where I got the idea from, and it's only fair I give credit where credit's due. I don't think there's really much else to say. After thinking these sorts of thoughts that I've explained, I'm no longer really looking at females the same way. I'm looking at them like they aren't just I'm not allowing my sexual urges to have control of me. I'm a lot more in control of my sexual thoughts subconsciously, and sexual impulses or attractiveness subconsciously. These sorts of, like, the way how I look at girls, it would just be a quick glance, and it would be involuntary. Not not particularly looking at their arse or their breasts, but just looking at them and acknowledging they're there mentally. I may do that. I don't think it's a problem to do that, because they are human beings, and I would ideally like to be aware of my surroundings and what's going on. But yeah, I've now started to really understand not only the fact that females have issues just like how we do, but also the sorts of issues that females may have, such as anorexia, bulimia, psoriasis. Guys could also have these issues too, but I'm giving these examples in particular because I've watched videos based on these examples, based on females giving these specific examples, such as Megsy, again, shout out to her, talking about her anorexia recovery. But I think I'm done now. I'm gonna carry on having my fun. Oh, and that's probably something I'd end this video off. Can we just both, males and females, just know how to have fun, know how to take life seriously, and also know how to have fun, and know how we like to have fun too, and also be willing to try new things out, new things that we believe that will be okay and won't put our health and safety at risk. That won't obviously put our health and safety at risk. For example, if you want to try out skateboarding, yeah, absolutely could. But skateboarding's fine. But I think that'll be it. That'll be it for now. If I feel the need to make a part 2 on this, I'll make another part 2 on this. But I'm certainly am not going to be like one of those semen retention creators talking about do this and your attractiveness for the way how the amount females will find you attractive will increase, with implications that if you do that, you're going to be able to have sex with these females, because it seems like we as males have been conditioned to believe that how much sex you're having with how many females predominantly defines your worth, instead of the fact that you're living life on your own terms. How much you're living life on your own terms really defines how valuable you can consider yourself, rather than just following people's shaming tactics because you haven't had sex, or you haven't had sex with many people, and you have retained your sexual energy by not having sex with anyone and not masturbating. That's sex transmutation, that using that sexual energy and then using it constructively through different means. For me, that would be like creating these YouTube videos, for example, and it seems like that's what I'm doing, along with doing the things that I set off camera, which I've made plans for today. Imagine that. Yep, I've got my to-do list planner out again, and I've set the things that I want to do for today in line with improving my health in the broadest sense. And after I've made this video and the fun video, I'm gonna just enjoy myself and do what I want to do. And that doesn't necessarily mean have sex and make it seem like I personally have no need to watch semen retention creators. None. I really don't. I don't see the need for it. For me personally, at least, because I'm not coming from a place where I've been excessively having sex, and I'm not coming from a place where I've ever masturbated. I've come from a Muslim household, and I've been conditioned to not masturbate. When I was told by my parents, for example, that masturbation's forbidden, or that I read online that masturbation's forbidden, and from the Quran that masturbation's forbidden, I took that very literally, and it seems like it's serving me. That condition's serving me, it's helping me out. So I'm just going to keep on using that to my advantage, rather than trying to make it seem like you are more or less of a man depending on how many females you've had sex with and how much sex you have on a regular basis. It's just not the case. I'm not defining my manhood and how much of a man I am, how valuable I am to not only myself but the world, through how much sex I'm having with how many females. I refuse to follow that conditioning. I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't like my worth as not just a man, but as a human being being defined of how many times I put myself in a position where I could have had a child when I don't feel ready to when I'm not in a position to have a child. I'm not defining my worth off that. How many times I've put the condom on and have had sex but tried to not have a kid, which is exactly what sex is for. No, I'm not defining my worth off how many times I put myself in a position where I could have children with a female or females, when in reality I know damn well I'm not ready for a child. Come on, man. Yeah, there are many no-fap content creators. I don't need to be another one of them, and I won't be. But I will say this. Please do understand, not just because I've said it, but if you're on this journey and you're having something to show for it every single day, and you really are transforming every single aspect of your life, I personally believe that you almost certainly will eventually find out that if you're as a man, you will eventually find out, as a heterosexual man, you will eventually find out that females have issues just like how we do, and they are human just like how we do. They have physical health issues just like how we can have physical health issues. They can have mental health issues just like how we can have mental health issues as males, just like how we can. But I think that's it. I'll end it there because I could tell that I'm repeating myself over and over. But tell me what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm just having fun, ladies, leave it out. But anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed, learned something valuable, not only as a man but as a woman, not only as a male but as a female also, maybe also. And I'll see you lot in the next one. Peace out. Every day is the answer. Every day is the answer. Whatever you'd want to get in life, every day is the answer. And I'd really advise, just please have something to show for it publicly. Please have something to show for it publicly, for your own sake. Speaking things out will really help you. Speaking things out will really help you and get your thoughts together much more clearly than you would be able to if you just kept your thoughts in your mind. Regardless of gender, if you're a male or female, trust me, it works. It works. You don't have to reveal every single thing that's going on in your mind if you're uploading publicly. But I'll tell you what though, from personal experience, I could tell you this works. Every day, guys, every day. I haven't really seen a, excluding G Dixon, I haven't really seen a female upload consistently, although of course there are females out there that do upload videos consistently every single day, at least one video every single day, based on like improving self. I'd really like to see more ladies on YouTube create content on a daily basis, because I'm not really seeing that. I'm not really seeing guys do it either. I know Luke Spurgeon is, but I've at this point in time anyway, but I'm not really seeing many ladies upload on an everyday basis. I wonder, why is that? And when I say why is that, I mean, not, I believe that that's the case because of the sort of channels that I've been seeing, the channels that I've seen. That of course I do believe, without even finding out, that there are females out there that post on an everyday basis. But is it the case that most females, generally speaking, don't? Most female content creators, generally speaking, don't post on an everyday basis? Is it true? If so, why? Why is that the case? But anyway, yeah. I'll see you lot later in the next one. Bye.